anime is filled with various tragic love stories. In some, the lovers meet and have a happily ever after, but in others, the story makes an entirely new turn and changes lovers into enemies. But today, we've come up with the list of the top 10 anime where the girl rejects the boy and actually regrets it. So, before we begin, be sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified of all of our latest new videos. Number 10. We're starting the list off with Higehiro.
何その思い出し方、最低なんですけど。
そうか。
おじさんさ。
だから。
なんて名前なの？
The story starts with Yoshida being rejected by his longtime crush Arigoto, who is his boss at an IT firm. After getting rejected, he goes out drinking with his coworker and best friend Hashimoto to relieve himself of his sorrows. And while returning home drunk, he bumps into the main girl, Sayu Ogiwara, a teenage runaway high school girl. He takes her home and lets her stay with him. Over the course of some time, Airi starts to realize her feelings for Yoshida, and she gets increasingly suspicious of Yoshida going home early and Yuzuha Mishima, Yoshida's junior MNT, clinging on to him. Finally, to find out if he's dating someone, she invites him out to dinner. There, Yoshida reassures her that he's dating no one and that she's the only one for him. Another time, when they're out dining together, Airi confesses that she has liked Yoshida for a long time, but rejected him because she felt he's only interested in her body, and says that she will be the one to confess to him in the future and asks him to wait until then. Yoshida tells Airi the truth about Sayu Ogiwara. Whether they will date or not is up to you to find out, so go and watch the anime. Number 9. Next up is Naruto.
じゃあの。
And this one's a kinda unpopular opinion and not the main focus of the story. Yes, you guessed it, I'm talking about the pervy sage, Jiraiya. Even though he was a ladies' man and had a colorful personality, we all know his heart was with Tsunade. From his childhood, he has confessed to her countless times, but his advance was always met with rejection. After that, Tsunade came to realize her feelings for him, but it was a bit late. She confessed to him in a heart-to-heart conversation they had before he left to infiltrate the Hidden Rain village, where he will meet his end at the hands of his once apprentice Yahiko. Tsunade yet again loses a loved one and cries at her loss and regrets rejecting the stud Jiraiya, but it was too late for that. Number 8. On number 8 is Toradora.
飛ばすな。いいか、聞け。あの手紙。
うるさい見たんでしょ読んだんでしょ
だからあれは
It's the story of Ryuji Takasu and Taiga Asaka. Ryuji is a gentle soul, but he looks intimidating and is feared. He's in class with his best friend Yusaku Kitamura, as well as the girl he has a crush on, Minori Kashida. But Taiga, who just happens to be Minori's best friend, is also in the same class. She's known for causing trouble. She lives in an apartment facing Ryuji's house. When Ryuji discovers that Taiga has a crush on Yusaku, Taiga finds out about Ryuji's affection towards Minori. So, they make an arrangement to help set each other up with their crushes. The thing is that Yusaku confessed to Taiga before, but she rejected him, but then later came to regret it, and she wants to win him back, which Ryuji starts helping her with. The problem is that Yusaku has moved on, and now he's in love with Sumire Kanu, the president of the student council, who appeared to him when Taiga rejected him and convinced him to join the student council. From there, he worked up to the vice presidency and developed feelings for Sumire. So, will Taiga get together with Yusaku? Watch the anime to find out. Toradora is an amazing romantic comedy, and I'm personally a big fan of it. Number 7. The number 7 spot is held by Kashimashi, Girl Meets Girl.
勇気を出して告白したとして、もしダメだったら、もう友達には戻れないかもしれない。
そうだね。
その辛さに耐えられる?
The story follows a young high school boy named Hazumu Osaragi. He's a shy boy who enjoys gardening, collecting herbs, and long walks in the mountains. He's in love with a classmate and close friend, Yasuna Kamizumi. One day, he finally works up the courage to confess his love to Yasuna, but she rejects him. With a broken heart, he wanders up Mount Kashimayama, the place where they first met, to reconsider his feelings. He wishes for a shooting star, which turns out to be a crashing alien spacecraft that kills him. Then, he's resurrected by the aliens, but as a female. Then, Hazumu returns to school, and Yasuna unexpectedly professes her love for Hazumu. Yasuna actually has a condition that prevents her from seeing males and instead sees males as covered in a gray hazy blur. When she first met Hazumu, she was shocked to find out that she could still see most of him clearly and gradually fell in love with him. But she rejected him because he was still a boy, and she was afraid that he, too, would one day disappear from her vision. But now Hazumu is a girl, and that is not a problem anymore. So how will Hazumu and Yasuna's relationship advance? Will they date or just stay friends? Number 6. On number 6 is Rent a Girlfriend.
だからやばいって言ってるでしょ。とにかくここから出なきゃ。
Kazuya Kinoshita, a 20-year-old college student, is dumped by his girlfriend, Mami Nanami. He decides to use an online dating app to rent a girlfriend named Chizuru Mizuhara, a beautiful girl. But he gives her a low rating, and this causes her to confront him and rage at him. Then, he learns that his grandmother is hospitalized and goes to visit her. Chizuru comes along and he tells his grandmother that Chizuru is his partner. His grandmother is smitten with how great she is, and he is forced to continue renting Chizuru in order to keep up appearances with his family and friends. Mami gets annoyed when she sees Kazuya with other girls, but she wants him back. But does she love him, or is she just a narcissist looking to satisfy her ego? Number 5. Next on the list is Amagami SS.
立花君だったら飛び入りでも OK かなと思って。だって立花君優しいから。
2 years before the events of the anime, Junichi Tachibana had his heart broken by a girl who stood him up on a date on Christmas Eve. Now a second-year student in high school, Junichi is wary of love because of his past and dislikes celebrating Christmas. But things change for him when he meets 5 girls with whom he becomes romantically interested. This anime is kind of a dating simulator, as each set of episodes shows how Junichi's life will be if he dates one of these 5 girls. Out of these 5 girls, he likes Haruka Morishima the most. She is his senior, but she rejects him not once but twice. However, in one of these possibilities, he ends up dating her. He takes good care of her and makes her very happy, and she regrets rejecting him and not dating him sooner. So, go on and watch the anime to see the exploits of Junichi. Number 4. Taking the number 4 spot is Over the Sky.
嫌なことがあるとここ来るんだよ。目を閉じて海の音を聞いてると落ち着くんだ。
High schoolers Mio Miyomasu and Arata Kashimo are childhood friends. She has feelings for Arata but does not express them, to the point where she learns that a friend of hers, Madoka, has feelings for Arata. However, she still does not tell her. When Madoka asks her if she's in love with Arata, Mio reluctantly declines and encourages her friend to pursue her own feelings of him instead. Later, when Arata and Mio visit a fortune teller, Arata begins to see several white orbs. So, he tries to drag Mio out of the shop. Later they argue, and Mio tells them that they are just friends, and this leads to Arata questioning their relationship. At night, Mio feels guilty for what happened and heads out to clear the confusion and confess her feelings, but she gets into an accident. She ends up trapped in a different world called World Border. Now, how will she return to her own world, and will she win Arata over? Watch the anime to find out. Number 3. Next up, we have Masamune Kun's Revenge. Masamune Makabe, as a child, gets cruelly rejected by a rich, beautiful girl named Aki Aragaki, who calls him Pig's Foot for being overweight. After that, he gets bitter and vengeful and decides to seek revenge. Masamune puts great effort into working out to improve his appearance and gets fit and handsome. Then, he decides he will have Aki fall madly in love with him and ultimately reject her the next time they meet. He changes his identity and gets admitted into Aki's school to put his plan into action. Setting his plan into motion, Masamune first begins to form a relationship with the brutal princess, but despite his efforts, fails miserably at his initial attempts. Shockingly, when Masamune finally progresses towards his vengeance, he receives a mysterious letter addressing him by his old nickname. It seems the reality is a little different than what Masamune really knows. So will Masamune succeed in exacting revenge, or will he fall head over heels in love with Aki again? Number 2. On number 2, I would put the anime called Golden Time.
三つを待ってるの。あの人この道を通るはずだから。
携帯で連絡すればいいんじゃ。
電話しても出ないのよ。ほんと三つおったら素直じゃないんだから。
Banri Tada is a college freshman studying law at a private university in Tokyo. On the night of the graduation ceremony, he falls off a bridge and as a result suffers from retrograde amnesia, unable to remember anything before the accident, dissolving the memories of his hometown and past. Then, he befriends Mitsuyo Yanagisawa and decides to move on and begin a new life at law school in Tokyo. He soon meets Koko Kaga and a second-year student named Linda, who was his best friend in high school and holds herself responsible for his memory loss. As the story progresses, Banri deals with the slowly re-emerging memories, which often come in conflict with the relationship that blooms between him and Kaga. The twist is that he liked Linda and was rejected by her before memory loss. So how will things turn out? And who will he choose after getting his memories back? Number 1. The number 1 spot is held by Just Because.
見てくれって言われてんでしょ。
2学期までの約束だから。卒業式用の練習も始まるし。
いいじゃん。
Which is a more complicated and drama-filled anime compared to the rest of the list. Due to his father's work, Eita Izumi has never been able to stay in one place for very long. But as luck would have it, their most recent relocation has returned Eita to his hometown for his final semester of high school. This causes past memories and past pains to resurface. The main focus is on 4 characters, namely Eita, Mio Natsume, Hazuki Moriwaka, and Haruto Soma. They get into a love square if that's actually a thing. Eita loves Mio, who loves Haruto, and Haruto loves Hazuki, who in turn loves Eita. Yeah, you get the idea. Mio indeed has feelings for both, and he gets rejected because she's confused. But later, she gets angry when she sees him with another girl. So who ends up with who? Watch the anime to know the answer. And this is our list of the top 10 anime where the girl rejects the boy and regrets it. If you like this video, kindly like and subscribe. This is a non-exhaustive list, and there are many other such animes out there, but I tried to list my top picks. Still, if you think we missed any entry you think should be on the list, do let us know in the comments. Stay tuned to see more videos like this, and we will see you with a new video.